My name is Ben Booth. This is Big Sky Voices.
And I'm Victor Wamed with Storyteller Films, and our guests today are...
We have Karen Coates, an extraordinary writer. She's spent a great deal of time in Asia. She is one of the most creative and powerful writers. I met her one day while reading a New York Times while I was on an airplane, and I thought, when I get back to New Mexico, I need to meet this person because I love to meet talented people. Karen, we're so glad to have you here.
Thank you, Ben.
And also here's her partner, Jerry Redfern. Thank you. Jerry's the cameraman, editor, creative genius behind the creation of a new film that they're currently working on.
People back home ask me, do you get lonely when you go to Laos? Well, here, I miss my Wisconsin friends when I travel here, but when I go back to Wisconsin, I miss my Laos friends. And the work is really important to me, even if it weren't for the friendships that I have. I don't know that I've ever been involved in a project, an occupation, avocation, hobby, special interest that's quite as important to me as the work I do here. I love the beautiful scenery, and sometimes I'm staggered by it. I'll want to stop and just look out over the vista in front of me and enjoy that. But in truth, I really focus on my work. And when I'm working, where I work, there's a lot of discomfort. I miss clean water. I miss a comfortable bed. I feel a victim to leeches and midges and other insects. There are a lot that I simply have to put up with. Our effort, we're not here to find bombs. We're not here to go to the places where there's most likelihood to have a casualty. We're here to do food security and to take away the fear that people have of working the land. And at the end of this project, if we don't find any bombs, I will not be disappointed, because I know whether we ever find a bomblet or not, we're dealing with people who are afraid of bomblets. We know there's a problem there. It's now convincing the rest of the world that there is. And that really is what my project can be. What is this little 13-person team going to make of 32,000 square kilometers of contaminated land in Laos? Calling us a drop in the bucket would be a compliment. We're such a minuscule little project. And then, of course, my grandchildren. It's so hard for me to be away from Gaia, Sasha, Louis, Willem, and Freya. And I hope sometime in the future, when you watch this, that you'll know how much I appreciate you and that you were on my thoughts the day we blew up this bomb. And that's what I'll go home from this 3 months. I'll maybe not find a bomb, but I'll know that there were 75 or 100 or 125 families for whom we took away the fear that kept them from improving their lives.
Missing, but a cluster munition or a bomb in the ground, when it goes off, it's more likely to kill the person. So there isn't actually the visible, you don't get the constant visible reminder of it, and consequently I think a lot of people don't realize that the problem is as large as it is.
Yeah.
So how did you get started on all this? Why did this catch your interest?
Well, in Laos it began because we got a commission to do an article for Archaeology magazine in about 2005, I think it was, on the Plain of Jars in northern Laos, which is this amazing archaeological site of these massive carved stone jars that at the time nobody really knew what they were for, who put them there, what the whole purpose of them was. But there are thousands of them all over this province in the middle of Laos. And I'd heard about it, I'd read about it in books when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I thought, that sounds pretty astonishing. And we went there to do the story about some of the first archaeological work going on there since the end of wartime in 2005. And in the 2 weeks that we were there reporting on that story, we heard of approximately 20, was it?
More than 20.
More than 20
Really?
accidents involving UXO, just that we heard of, word of mouth, different ones, in the province or around the city where we were doing the research for the archaeology story. And at the end of that, we realized that this is a bigger story than we thought. I mean, we'd known the bombing had happened. We didn't understand the extent of it. We didn't understand it was still killing people at that point. And that's sort of when we decided we have to do a book on this.
So that was the spark.
That was the spark.
What really hit home for us was we went to the local hospital and we met a 10-year-old boy there and his mother. He was not able to talk to us, but he was out working in the family field and hit a bomb and it blew up in his chin and his belly. And we interviewed his mother, who said she knew about this problem, but she didn't know what to do because they had to farm
They had
to
to grow
survive.
things, yeah.
Right.
All right. So what did you do then?
We kept working on the story. We left, we finished up that particular article, but then at the time we were living in northern Thailand, and we decided, okay, we need to make, regular trips back to Laos to start
Okay.
documenting this.
Okay. Let me ask you something. I keep saying Brandeis. I know you went to Brandeis. Didn't you take some coursework at Brandeis as well on international reporting? and stuff?
Actually, we're both fellows at the Schuster Institute
Both
for
fellows?
Investigative Journalism there, but
Yeah.
I did not actually attend Brandeis.
We've never actually been there.
But you have both gotten awards or accolades from institutions all over the world. Could y'all share some of those with us?
Sure. Well, the book that we did was a finalist for the Investigative Reporters and Editors Book Award. It didn't win, but we're quite honored to have that.
Yeah.
Also a runner-up for 2 other book awards. You're the one who remembers names better than I do.
But we've also had a number of reporting fellowships through the International Reporting Project. I'm a fellow with the International Women's Media Foundation. We've had a grant to do some of this filming through the Fund for Environmental Journalism.
And we were both fellows actually at CU Boulder through the Center for Environmental
Okay.
Journalism, Scripps Fellowship there,
Yeah.
Scripps
Yeah.
Fellowship for Environmental Journalism.
Yeah.
So
Well, the combination, Karen, of your words and of your images is incredibly potent. And I'll show some of these as we, do the video and have them fly in. But tell about the canoe that I saw that was kind of long, and I thought, wow, that's a lot more streamlined than my canoes. Tell me about this.
it was a very aerodynamic canoe because it was actually made, they're still fairly common in rural areas in Laos.
Yes.
They're made from the dropped fuel tanks from jet fighters and bombers that were bombing
Yeah.
in Laos at the time.
Yeah.
And they'd use this fuel to be able to go out and run their bombing mission and fly back.
Yeah,
But they were essentially just big aluminum tanks, and they dropped them when they were empty.
sure.
But you cut them in half and maybe weld 2 of them together,
Yeah.
and you got a beautiful, long, streamlined aluminum canoe.
Yeah, and these people are out in the rivers fishing and making a living, and I think, wow, or another image that I suppose you took of a little girl praying with a bomb behind her, it just says so much, doesn't it?
Yeah, there are large parts of rural Laos where essentially bombs are almost like part of the landscape. They're definitely integrated into people's lives in a way, because many of the duds, people get lucky, they don't blow up, and you're able to disassemble them without dying. Wildly, wildly dangerous thing to do.
Yeah,
But you're able to then make stuff out of it. So we dropped an awful lot of really high quality steel on
Yeah,
Laos, and
yeah.
they've been recycling it ever since.
when I was in Cambodia, of course, I was under government sponsorship, and I wanted to bring back a mine that I could show in my office. And that didn't go over very well with anyone.
Trouble getting it on the plane.
And I said, well, yeah, but it doesn't have dynamite in it. And they said, no way, Jose. And they took everything, my pocket knives, everything. They just, they didn't like it at all, But when you guys are there and you're living or traveling, do you ever feel uncomfortable or threatened by the people? Is there a trust thing going on, or do you have a pretty easy time of it since you've done so much of it?
One thing we've found through the years is that people very well distinguish between people and government. And while they might be angry about what happened years ago, that's a government issue.
Yeah.
But meeting American people today, overwhelmingly, people are welcoming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you feel that you've been in physical danger when you're actually filming bombs that something might blow up under you?
No, that's another thing a lot of people ask, and I don't want to downplay the danger of the work that goes on there, but when we go out and we see unexploded ordnance like that, we're usually with a clearance crew. You really couldn't be with a safer group of people to be seeing that. I mean, there are times if somebody walks up, with a cluster munition in their hand, just a villager says, "Hey, I found this," clearance crew, that's nerve-wracking.
dangerous.
That's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
But that actually happens very rarely. I mean, the
Yeah.
people understand that the stuff's dangerous,
Yeah.
and that the clearance crew's there to take care of that. And generally speaking, as long as the stuff stays in the ground and you're not digging in the ground or driving trucks over it, that's
Okay.
about as safe a place as it can be, I guess.
So what?
But
in-
I have
go
to
ahead.
say, just want to
Yes.
stick this in there, that we do get nervous a lot, but it has much more to do with transportation
How do you mean?
than bombs or anything like
Yeah,
that.
like
The most
Things
dangerous-
breaking down? No. What?
No, just
Traffic accidents.
traffic
Oh.
accidents. Yeah, violent
Oh,
traffic.
yes.
It's a very
Yeah.
dangerous place for traffic.
But you guys, tell me about the book now. You got the book going. You've got the film. What level of production are you in it?
Well,
We're getting close.
we're getting close.
We're heading back to Laos in May and June to do final filming.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, the story changed a little bit on
Yeah.
us. We'd done, essentially, we thought all of the filming we were going to need to do back in
Mhm.
2016.
Mm-hmm.
Other issues sort of came up. We weren't able to turn around right when we hoped. And then in the meantime, the story changed on us a little bit with the person that we were following. So we're going back to film those bits that changed and essentially make it a more full and complete story in the end.
and we
Good.
expect to
We've
have it finished by the end of the year.
Yes,
Is there a
yes.
surprise ending?
Maybe.
Wow.
That's a good answer.
Listen, I want to buy one of your books, and I want you to autograph it. Can we do that? I will pay you, and I've got to read the book before you do the film. And now,
So let
go
me
ahead.
ask you: have you guys made other films?
Only short
You've made
films
shorts?
for articles online.
Okay, and now are you in a crowdfunding campaign now to raise money for this, or
We are.
Okay.
We started up a GoFundMe campaign.
a GoFundMe? Okay, so if people were looking for you on GoFundMe, how would they find you?
You could search just for Eternal Harvest.
Eternal Harvest. That's the
Yes.
name of the film.
Right, name of the
Okay.
book, name of the film.
Good,
Yep.
good. Okay.
but I googled up just y'all's names, and Eternal Harvest came up. So you've got some good connectors or pointers in there. It's easily found. So how does that work? I mean, do people just spontaneously make contributions, write a check, or put it on their credit cards, or what? How does the
You click a button on the site.
Click a button. Yes.
really?
It's
Yeah.
quite easy.
It's all online secure purchase sort
Yeah,
of
it's
stuff.
pretty painless.
So is it an effective? Are you pleased with the way you're doing it? I mean, are you pleased?
We
with
are,
it?
yeah. It's
Absolutely.
and also what we like about it too is that it's been helping to get the word out about the film.
Good.
Just know
Yes.
the information,
Yeah.
which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And so, at what point will you be able to reach a level, as you can see it now, to where you have the funding to finish this and do the proper promotion and everything?
Well, we're halfway there at the moment with
Yeah.
the campaign,
Uh-huh.
and we put a goal of about 16,000 on there.
Yeah.
So, and that would be sort of the low end is what we're hoping for. I
Sure.
mean, a movie is like a small child. As much as you're able to
Keeps
give to
growing,
it, it will
yes.
take and will keep growing. So,
Yeah.
if we got more than 16,000, it actually just ends up making a better film.
This we are not set up as a
You're not the
charitable-
equity.
Right.
Okay. Good.
Well, we want to encourage people to invest in this. It sounds fun. It's
It does.
tempting. It's exotic. It's wonderful. And besides that, knowing what I know about you guys and your talent, it's something that I would be proud to recommend and endorse as an exceptional thing that will do good. It'll do good for the world because it informs us in a positive way.
Well,
That's what we're hoping.
And I
Thank
wanted
you.
to just emphasize too that even though we're not set up as a charitable organization, we are not making a profit on this film.
Not at all.
We're doing it to get the information out there.
actually
How
have
do you
a-
plan to release the film once it's done? You going the festival route, or what do you? Okay.
Yes. I do want to just interject
Yes.
as well that though we're not a nonprofit, we do have a decades-long now track record of receiving grants from other groups
Right.
and following up with the money and all the receipts, et cetera, and
Yeah.
it goes to what we say it goes to.
Yeah.
บ่เห็นฮอตโตคนใด
มุยผู้จะเป็นผู้กำกับแล้วก็มุยผู้ไปเก็บในนิ้วโซลาวก็ยังบ่ทันเกิดนะแต่ว่ายังบ่ทันรู้
ไม่อยากเอาหลานให้ทุกข์แน่
เพราะว่าทีมงานเก็บกู้ระเบิดกองพวกเราจะได้ทำลายลูกระเบิด
I think they've got to take a big chunk of responsibility for the amount that was dropped. In the provinces, I wouldn't put a shovel in the ground without using a metal detector, a mine detector, to make sure there were no ordnance underneath the ground.
My name is Jim Harris. I don't claim any fame by being the only American. I offer it to people as an example of how little we are really doing.
Why there's not more Americans becoming passionate about it in the way that Jim is, I don't know.
Boots on the ground, somebody bending over a bomb, somebody who's pushing the button to destroy it. It's a retired school principal from Wisconsin. That's pretty pathetic. But I go back every year to remove bombs, and I'll continue doing that as long as my health holds out, as long as family life permits me to do that. I'll do it because nobody else has come to take the job away from me.
A history
Right.
of doing that.
Okay, I'm going to last question. If someone wanted to talk to you guys by email or some other way, what would be the best way they should get in touch with you? What's your is it email, by phone, or what?
Sure. Also, they can go to the website for the film and just send us a message through that.
That's
EternalHarvest.com.
EternalHarvestFilm.com.
EternalHarvestFilm.com. Great.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Is there any way we can help you? We want to. We want this thing to succeed. How long will it be? How many? Not how long will it be till it's finished, but how long will the feature be? The film itself.
Over an hour. I'm not sure. Some are probably about an hour, hour and 15 minutes.
Oh,
And that
wow.
like the
Okay.
word.
All right.
Yeah, there's plenty enough to go in there for that.
Well, it sounds wonderful.
All depends on the editor, doesn't it? Yes.
Right. Well, I guess our time is about up. We need to roll. We will. We'll have this online for a long time. We thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks to
Thank you.
Jerry
Thank you, Ben.
Redfern.
Victor.
Got it right.
And Karen Coates. Wow.
Thank
All
you.
right. This is Big Sky Voices. Adios.
And this is Victor with Big Sky Voices. We'll see you next time.
See ya.